We have growing tyranny in this country, growing centralization of government, growing monopoly power by the Democrat Party, like the Communist Party of China or the leading party in Russia or whatever it is. Your allegiance is to the party. It's like Xi. He's the general chairman, secretary general, first and foremost of what? The Communist Party. That's the way Castro was. That's the way Maduro is. And that's what's most important in these countries, the party. The party to control the country, to control the people. The Democrat Party to control your health care, to control what kind of automobile you have, to control where you can live and what kind of home you can live in. It's all here. It's all here. They control energy, climate change. They control anything related to the climate. Well, that's controlling everything. Where you can live, this is on the agenda. Tim Walz at a private fundraiser the other day said that one of their priorities is to get rid of the Electoral College. That means 11 blue states will decide the president. That means all the rest of the country, the 39 other states, tens of millions of people, will literally have no say in the election of the president. These people will campaign in 11 states, mostly in the cities. Mostly in the cities, where we grow our food and produce our food, ranches where we develop meat and chicken and that sort of thing, where we get our natural resources from, oil and gasoline, our metals and all the rest of it. The people who do that work will have no representation whatsoever. The big metropolitan cities will decide who's president, which would be an utter and complete disaster. But the Democrat Party wants monopoly control, so they want to eliminate the Electoral College. They want to eliminate the filibuster, which means the next time they have a simple majority, that could be the vice president and an even Senate, they will ram through laws that will be impossible to undo. Because once a law is in place, you need to muster a lot more support to get rid of it, and it almost never happens than to actually pass it. And what will they do? They'll say, we don't need to amend the Constitution. We're going to pass 2 statutes. District of Columbia gets 2 senators, and Puerto Rico gets 2 senators. 4 more Democrats. Senate will never overcome that. Republicans will never be in the majority again. What else do they say they want to do? They want to change redistricting for congressional races. Why? Because they want to control the House of Representatives. They don't do anything out of a sense of public interest or earnestness. They do everything for power. They will pack the Supreme Court by adding more Supreme Court justices. They're already attacking the independence of the court and dehumanizing members on the court. And as I said, they will change the voting system forever, like they have in California, like they did in Alaska to help Murkowski. That is, essentially eliminate the primary system, and the top 2 vote getters, out of all the vote getters, will have a runoff against each other. Well, that'll be 2 Democrats. That's the way it works in most states that have this ridiculous system. So the party system will be effectively destroyed. The Republican Party will be hollowed out. The Democrat Party will have all the power. It'll control the bureaucracy. It will have evaded the Constitution's boundaries. Then they'll get into the First Amendment. That's misinformation. They're just itching to control free speech. They'll get in the Second Amendment. They're just itching to grab your guns. Regardless of what they say, this is a constant. They're just itching to destroy your due process rights, equal protection. It's exactly what they've done to Trump. It's exactly what they'll do to anybody they disagree with. Look at the Federal Communications Commission, what it's done. This Starlink system that Elon Musk put together, he had a contract to get these systems out into rural areas that don't have the internet. And the FCC just canceled it. The 3 Democrats, it's a member of 5 commissioners, voted no. Why? Because it's Elon Musk. And Elon Musk has endorsed Trump. The same FCC last week that violated its own rules to hand 220 radio stations to George and Alex Soros. Violated its own rules because anytime you have more than 25% foreign money involved, and that's what Soros did, it has to go through a national security review process. That's the rule. Well, guess what? The 3 Democrats on the commission, the 3 Democrats voted, we're going to short circuit this, we're going to shortcut it, We're not going to go through the national security system, so now George Soros owns 220 radio stations. The significant foreign money invested in an American radio station in violation of the rules because the FCC knows that he's the biggest sugar daddy the Democrat Party has and the leftist organizations. And they just handed him 220 radio station licenses. Just like that. The media don't care. No. We have growing tyranny in this country. Growing centralization of government, growing monopoly power by the Democrat Party, like the Communist Party of China, or the leading party in Russia, or whatever it is. Your allegiance is to the party. It's like Xi. He's the general chairman, secretary general, first and foremost of what? The Communist Party. That's the way Castro was. That's the way Maduro is. And that's what's most important in these countries, the party. The party to control the country, to control the people. The Democrat Party to control your health care, to control what kind of automobile you have, to control where you can live and what kind of home you can live in. It's all here. It's all here. They control energy. Climate change, they control anything related to the climate. Well, that's controlling everything. Where you can live, this is on the agenda. This is on the agenda. And so Kamala Harris will fulfill the wildest dreams of the Marxist Islamists. This country will never be the same. I don't know how you undo these things. I don't know how you undo these things once they are enshrined in our culture. That is exactly what's happening. The borders are going to remain open like never before. She's a liar about bipartisan legislation. She's behind this. She wants this. I don't know how we win elections after this. I just read that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of the illegal aliens being brought into this country by this administration are disproportionately being placed where? In battleground states. North Carolina, Arizona, Pennsylvania. It's all intended to reshape, as the New York Times said, the electorate. People get them onto the welfare state, get them citizenship, their children become citizens, and then they have chain migration, and you'll never notice your country again. We don't have assimilation because our public schools don't believe in assimilation anymore. You might say I'm rambling. I'm not rambling. This is a comprehensive, concise, relatively concise analysis of what's at stake. Now, Kamala Harris, word salads, I know we focus a lot on that on Fox. That's fine. Or the fact that she, just other things, and again, that's fine. But what I try to do here, what I try to do on Life, Liberty, and Levin, what I try to do on my radio show is in addition to that, but more of a priority than that, is to explain the consequences. To explain the consequences. If you read American Marxism and the Democrat Party hates America, you will understand everything. If you listen to me here, on radio and on Fox, same thing. I look at history, ancient history, I look at the ancient philosophers, I look at more modern history, and I look at American history. And it's always interesting when you read, particularly people that survived more recent gulags, totalitarian regimes, as I've pointed out before, there's a common thread. Not always, but in many cases, people vote for their tyranny. Why? Because they can't believe. They can't believe that they're actually voting for tyranny until it's too late. What have we done? Germany was an advanced industrial society. Hitler came to power. Think about that. Hitler came to power. You can look throughout history, you can see these as perfect examples.
For all this and much more, sign up for Levin TV.